So this is our homemade aquarium feeder, made using a refrigerator and a dosing pump. First thing we had to do was drill some holes into the side of the refrigerator to pass our water line in. It shows the water line that we used with the venturi valve that will pull air in through the little inlet, so you don't have to worry about a leak. And mounting it into the fridge through the holes. The outside of the fridge. If you're drilling it, it's better to use a little drill bit first and see what you're drilling through. Make sure you're not cutting through a wire. And then we siliconed everything to make sure that it kept humidity and moisture out of the fridge. Again, silicone the little air line that goes into the venturi valve, since there wasn't an easy way to make it fit perfect. I had to get a small fridge because it had to fit underneath in this cabinet area. But the Avanti worked pretty well. It's thermal cooled, so it doesn't use normal refrigeration. It's very quiet. Probably doesn't get quite as cold. We've got a little reel pump, very small pump, just pumping the water in, and it was enough to operate the venturi. And it dumps back into the sump, right for the intake. The way the venturi works is it slows the water down and then speeds it up, and so it creates a suction, pulls it in. Here's our little dosing pump. If you're using a single dose, and then since we were needing more, this is a Bubble Magus 3-head dosing pump. If you get one of these, don't even bother with the instructions. They're written in the worst Chinese English and really make no sense, but they're very easy to use, just using the built-in computer. So each one of these will suck up at different increments, different amounts of time. Right now we're doing maybe a mil of each of the foods per day. It will do half mil increments on the Bubble Magus. On the other one, the Cold View, it does 1 mil at a time. The only exception to that is the one that pumps in just the big food, the mysis shrimp. That one is set, I believe, to about 5 mils a day. So we'll increase all these slowly so it doesn't overload with the excess food. But all these different foods are very good for this kind of a system because food stays in the mix, in the suspension, and they don't need to be shaken. About every week I've been opening it anyway, and I just shake them a little bit just in case. One of the only other concerns maybe would be creating a suction or a vacuum inside the fridge. If you're dosing out material and not bringing in air, it will create a vacuum. So the way I have the power cords going out, they're just going out through the door, and it seals around them. They're both little cords, but maybe it creates just enough air to come back into the fridge. But just by opening the door once a week to check on things, I think it releases any vacuum pressure that would be in there. So that's it. Pretty simple project. About 500 bucks. Most stuff, including shipping through Amazon. I'll put a couple links in the description below, and any questions, leave a comment.